Hey folks, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and I am excited, not only for myself, but I'm excited for you guys. If you've not yet seen a new knife by Tangram, here's your chance. I did an unboxing video. This is the Tangram RUMBLE. Tangram, if you've not heard of this brand name, is a Kizer brand. If you're not that familiar with Kizer, then you've been hiding under too many rocks. It's time to get out from under those rocks and check out the knives of today. This is a Chinese brand. Kizer has some high-end knives that are $200, $300, $400 a piece. And then they've got a more value line that they've had for a couple of years called their Vanguard line. And those are $100 US, $150 US, in that range. And now they decided to get even more budget friendly. And I'm talking in US dollars, even though it's a Canadian channel. It's just because my channel is worldwide recognized and everybody knows what the US dollar is compared to their own dollar. Well, most people do. So I talk US dollars. Their Tangram line is $30 US, $35 US, right in that range. That's a budget value line. So not just, budget friendly-ish, $100 and stuff. No, this is a knife that's targeted to just about anybody who likes knives. I got the most dramatic one first. They've got other blade shapes that are much more traditional instead of this kind of modified tanto. But I really like this modified tanto a lot, so I got it first. My first Tangram experience. You can check my unboxing video. I've got a link right up there for that. And also links in the description below. This has got a steel that is very uncommon. CRKT is using this steel a little bit, and I'll talk about that later on. We've got hidden liners inside here, so steel liners, G10 over that, some jimping, full-size folder, pocket clip, deep carry pocket clip. This is a nice full-size knife that anybody would be, I think anybody should be very happy to have. Let's do the tabletop view so you can see the rest of the details and the full review of this knife. Coming at you right now. You don't have to be the world's greatest knife enthusiast to know that this is something special right here. The Tangram line reaches out to just about anybody who's interested in knives. I know there's some of you guys that are like me that have very tight budgets. Those of you who aren't familiar with me, you might not know that I live with chronic pain, a disability that stops me from working. I started this channel to keep myself occupied with doing something productive. It takes me about a day to make a video, something that probably takes the average guy half an hour, from start to finish. But, I have to take breaks, stop for a while, rest, whatever. But making videos gives me something good to do other than watching TV and stuff. But I live off of Canada Pension Plan for disabled people, which is a very low income. Thankfully, my wife has got a, it's not a big job, not a great job, but it's a job. She's a teacher's helper in the public school division. And, so income is kind of hard, but if you save up just for a little while, you can get a knife like this. A lot of you guys who watch my channel are in tight spots financially. That's what's attractive to my channel. 85–90% of the knives I review are less costly than this knife. Mostly it's below $30 US, and this guy's $35, as I said earlier. So you could save up for a while maybe and get one of these if you want. If you don't like this dramatic blade, like I said, there's more traditional blade styles as well. And I'll show you some pictures of those. I'll do that right now. And I'm sure that there's going to be more and more styles of these knives coming out very soon. This, I hope their Tangram line just takes off and does awesome. What do we have? We've got this 440 Akuto Plus steel. This is a Japanese steel. This is not your mother's 440 or your grandfather's 440. This is a different steel. This steel is a Japanese steel. It's used by CRKT in some of the knives that they have. It has been tested. I've got a link where you can read a bit of a document about this knife, about this steel, I should say. Their testing find that it's better than 440C, it's better than 154CM, it's better than Sandvik 12C27. It's a steel that has a little bit more chromium than average, so it's very corrosion, rust resistant. And in my testing, it's a very good steel, and they've done an excellent job of grinding this knife as well. Stonewash, you've got a, what am I going to call this? I'm going to call it a modified tanto. We've got a swedge up here, a bit of a drop point, sort of a round belly on the first half of the tanto, and a recurve on the second half of the tanto. Hollow grind back here, saber grind up here, flat grind, nice flat spot up here that I can clamp it in my sharpening system. Sharpener's choil right there, flipper tab that turns into a little bit of a guard right there. And, you know, there you go. There's the flipper tab. Very nice pivot, rock solid, no blade play, up and down, side to side. The lockup is exactly what I want brand new knives to be at. Blade alignment when it's closed is perfect. I'll take the knife apart so that you can see the liner and the skeletonization that's in there and stuff. Nice huge lanyard hole. You can fit 11-strand paracord in there, no problem. Everything's Torx, everything that has screws. Nice hourglass shape, open pillars there. Some nice jimping back here, 4 jimps and 3 jimps up here. And the steel is exposed right there. So really good traction in hand. Your palm grabs into that, and the meat of your palm gets some traction there. Your thumb gets traction there. Your index finger gets in that choil. And even the way they've cut out the, or milled the steel for that release lock arm. Very, very good work. Very nice milling to make this knife, the handle comfortable in hand. You can see those, the milling that's done there. Back grip feels great in the hand. Even the grip with the blade back at you, which is kind of uncommon, but that works too. Regular grip, forward pinch grip. Everything's comfortable. Hammer grip. I really like this knife. I just can't describe how much I like this knife. Nice texture on the G10 to give you good grip. Nice work on the screws to have your screwdrivers fit very well. Really nice deep carry pocket clip, and it's one of those fold over pocket clips. Works really well going in and out of the pocket. Oh, why don't I demonstrate that right now? Just slides right in, no problem. And it grips enough that that it holds well, and it goes very deep. And you can see right there, whoop, just knocking my light around. Hides quite well in the pocket. You know, it's not totally lost in there, but it sits there nicely. That's a slight stonewash on there. I like that it's not just straight, but you've got a bit of some shape to this. You know, it goes wider than more narrow again. No problem at all. The pivot is just great. I'll take it apart now and show you all of the insides. So there you have most of this knife. Let's do some of the dimensions, and then I'll talk about what I like and what I might not like so much about this knife. There's a load of pros and just a couple of cons on this thing. Let's zoom in. Cutting edge. So from this sharpener's choil to the tip, and I just measured straight across, 9.7 centimeters, which is 3.8 inches. Blade length, and I measured from here to the tip, is identical, 9.7 centimeters, 3.8 inches. The blade thickness is 2.8 millimeters, which is 0.11 inches. So just under 3 millimeters. It's plenty thick enough to be strong. The thickness of the edge behind the grind, we have a winner chicken dinner, 0.39 millimeters. That's 0.0155 inches. So this is nice and thin behind the grind, and that means she slices like a dream. Nice thin edge. Look at that. It won't even focus on that edge. It's just a delicate little edge, and yet the steel is strong enough and durable enough to take that thinness. Bandit's playing with some stuff right there. Happy little doggy. I haven't shown Bandit on very many videos lately, have I? Let's take some video of that doggy. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? Huh? What did you hear? Go get him. Go get him. Okay, that's all I'm going to show of him. He's a happy little dog, and there's not much good light here. A number of you were asking to see Bandit, so I just had to show you that stuff. And this knife, well, this is also like a bit of a Bandit. It's a nice knife. That thin edge behind the grind, wow. Let's talk about the handle now. Handle length, 12 centimeters, 4.75 inches. Grip area, 9.9 centimeters, 3.9 inches. Handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, 1.18 centimeters. That's 11.8 millimeters. That's 0.465 inches. The full length of this knife with the blade deployed, 21.75 centimeters, which is 8.56 inches. The weight, 139 grams, which is 4.9 ounces. It seems to me that they did just enough skeletonizing to get this thing under 5 ounces. I wish they would have done just a little bit more. Maybe they could have got it to 4.5 ounces. I don't know. But a little bit lighter would make this even nicer. How much does this cost? I already mentioned $35 at Amazon. I've got links in the description below. Not yet available at Amazon.ca. Unfortunately, I hope they do that soon. I really do. I bought mine from Amazon.com. I used the free shipping to ship it to my sister. My sister mailed it up to me. So it took a little while, but that was the way that I could get it. You've seen how this thing feels in the hand and how it looks in the hand. So let's keep the close-up view of this thing so you can really get a good look of it. Fit and finish. I say fit and finish is excellent. At this price range, it is supremely good. The size to weight ratio is great. Great grip. Good purchase in hand. I love this color. Some people might not be too fond of it, but I really am digging this color. It's really nice. Hopefully they've got some other G10 colors coming out very soon. I like this deep pocket clip. I really wish, though, that it was also on the left side for my left-handed friends. I grew up left-handed. I've learned how to use knives left and right-handed. I really encourage left-handed guys to practice and practice and practice with your right hand until you get good at it. You will be happy once you've done that because you'll be able to handle much more knives and much more of just about anything in the world. Train that right hand of yours. It'll do you in good stead for the rest of your life. Great milling of this G10. I just love that. Great milling of the steel on the liners and everything. Great screws. I like recessed liners. Love that. I like these open pillars, these hourglass shapes. I like that everything's Torx. I like that they've got more standard blade shapes as well available for you guys, and they're even less money. The cons, I've already mentioned that I don't like that there's no left side for the pocket clip. I've already mentioned that I wish it was even skeletonized more. And the only other thing that I would like to see happen is I would like these thumb studs to be closer to the pivot. Now, why is that? Well, it's when you're slicing through something, you don't want it to hit the thumb stud. So when you're slicing through something, you have to stay that side of the thumb stud to clear it. So there's a whole centimeter, almost more than a centimeter, half of an inch of knife that you can't use to its full effect because the thumb stud gets in the way when you're slicing through. So if it was further back a bit, you would have more room for slicing through things. You can see right here, it's right in the middle of this choil and stuff. If it was further ahead, it would still work just fine to deploy the knife that way, especially since this is a flipper knife. They could have made it flipper only and gotten rid of the thumb stud completely. That's an option. Well, I think I've yapped on enough about this knife. It's a very good knife. If you've got the chance of getting one of these, would you please consider using the links in the description below? I am an Amazon associate for Canada, Amazon.ca, Amazon.com, and UK's version of Amazon. I can get a small credit if you purchase through those links, but it's a way of helping this channel. Funds are always tight, and I really appreciate any help that you guys give me. Small channels like this don't get money from YouTube very much at all. We need to get funds other ways. And you can support this channel. Look down in the description below. So thank you so much for watching, for liking, for commenting, sharing. Please subscribe. Click that bell so that you can be notified of every video that comes out. And remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb.